with my current state of mind. It's been quite a wonderful season, and I'm quite glad that I put in all the work, which has led us up until this point. Um, my current state of mind is something that has become a focal key point of my thoughts, where I can be able to go down all the things that I encountered throughout the concrete jungle at that time period. This podcast has become something that I've become proud of because of the person that I'm becoming because of it. It gives me opportunity to come out of the shell and fundamentally tell my story and encourage others to also tell their story. This has been one of the most impactful seasons for me, and I'm quite looking forward to everything that is coming our way. Season 6 is going to be a banger. Thank you to everyone who supported us, and until next time.
Early in the morning, we already sound like Che Guevara. I got my revolutionary t-shirt on this morning. I couldn't be more thankful for anything that is placed in my pathway. Tending to that garden yet again, man. Moving, even though we are in the change of season, but we can't just acknowledge the fact that our efforts are really going to depend on us. Make sure that you always do the utmost best to put your best foot forward, man. Results ain't guaranteed to nobody. Man, this life thing doesn't even come with a formula, man. Every day is a new mystery that you have devotion to rediscover, man. But yeah, we have opportunity. And it's grace, dog. It's really grace. The Almighty ain't done with us. We're still living. Let's be aware also that we are here for a reason, man. I couldn't forget that, partly due to the tribulations that I faced. But I couldn't even try to disacknowledge how I needed myself in all of these things. You need yourself, man. You need your awareness. You need to be there physically. You need to be there spiritually. You need to be there mentally. And I cannot emphasize even how further important it is for you to learn. Not just be it, but also learn and adjust and move accordingly. Fundamentally, just wanting to be the change that I want to see in the world, man. I just want to be proud of myself, what I've done, and also the lives that I'll get to touch with my gift. Our gift is there to do that. It's there to touch us, and it's there to also touch other people, because it needs people for it to work out. But first of all, it needs you. You need yourself more than anything. You are this project that you constantly need to work on, and there is no result that you can be dead sure about, because the thing you want, you could find was not the thing you want once you get it. So I don't want you to forget how important it is for you to constantly reobserve, is this the thing that I still want? And it's okay for your mind to change, because we encounter many different things and they change our perspective, but also make that okay. It's okay for you to change your mind. There's nothing wrong in doing that, because there's new information now that came into light. I remember many times I had to put that to bed, especially about myself. In situations, you can only get as much. Be even thankful that you're walking away with something, because previously you couldn't even get nothing. So there's nothing that you can take for granted, especially where you are, considering that this life thing is precious, man. I remember Mama just reminding me about how you just need to take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself, and I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. It's hard, man. It's really hard, because you wanna be comfortable. The mind wants comfort, but then there's this thing called change that it's constant, and we cannot even begin to think it doesn't exist. It doesn't care about how we feel. It just happens. So I need to be that agent of change. So I'm empowering myself so I can give ability to empower others as well. So that I can empower others as well. So make your journey unique, man. Try your utmost best to find what makes you you. And this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out myself. And I don't want to place myself in a position where now it becomes a pity situation. No, it's never a pity situation. The Creator knows why He's putting us in certain situations, and in most instances we do forget that. we do forget that we are supposed to go through all those things because they are necessary to our growth. They are necessary to everything that we are supposed to go through. But I could have forgotten. But whether you like it or not, situations are going to force you to go in within, man. Because I've had a very huge problem with religion and how it constantly keeps you looking to the outside. The entity that you seek, the power that you seek, is in within you. You've always had this power, but you need to learn how to unlock it. You need to be able to sit with it. And we don't talk often about how hard it is for you to sit in the dark room, sit with your own thoughts, your own demons, and deal with them, man. Because that's the beauty about it. Other human beings can't see what we're thinking. We are the only people who can be able to see what we think. And one of the most important things to me is what I think about myself. Am I thinking constructively or destructively about myself? And the psyche, man, needs to be worked at. There have been many ways of fear that have been instilled, especially with the way that we've been raised. And it affects us because we're adults now. We are seeing the outcomes of these things and the importance, and small things become big things now. See, so me loving to get to the source code, because that is where everything, it's embedded in those subconscious. And remember, 95% of our life is ruled by our subconscious. And if we don't get to the root of who's driving this car, what beliefs have been inserted in me, especially those fear-based ones, because the money problem is always going to continue, especially in our community, because of how it was introduced. It's the same thing with religion. So divide and conquer has always been the main initiative, and we are just pawns on a chessboard. We're just pieces that are there to be moved around. And that's totally your fault if you don't see that. That's on you. But remember, you need to play your own game. You know what your own stakes are. You know what is at stake for you. You can't go out in this bitch without trying, man. Trying is fighting. My version of trying has been fighting all this time, and if you don't fight, then you don't get ability to get what you really want at the end of the day. You can't semi-want it. Some days you cannot not want it. Every day must be that day. Oh, sure, but how would I be if I go a day without not getting this? And sometimes it does like rub me off like a very not nice way when I don't contribute towards my future. Worst part of all, fundamentally knowing that it is in my own hands and nobody else's. So every day you have opportunity of giving yourself back the control, or you're gonna let the control go back to the outside. And I think that is partly what external situations do. We keep on thinking the solution, we're gonna get to it, and then we get it. Oh, I'll be good as soon as I get that car. And then once you get that car, now you want the next thing. You get the next thing and you want the next thing, and you get the next thing and you want the next thing. And you just cannot be satisfied. You really cannot be satisfied. So that's the other thing. Knowing what is enough, knowing when to stop. It's hard, man. Hard as it may be, you push through the pain. You maneuver yourself, you figure it out, because you are a general. But when we continue to define ourselves from the objective of I'm only human, we are only referring to the limitations of what a human being is. It's time for you to take the pace a little bit slowly. Back to basics, simplicity, trying to make it simple. Because the main thing, we're trying to deliver a very quality product, and sometimes you can get so lost in the mist. That's why each and every day must be given for certain things to live. Yesterday was 2 platforms, 2 forms of marketing. Today it's 2 more other platforms, other forms of marketing as well. And then from Sunday onwards, it's the audiograms, short form, long form. Then with the month of April, with the new episodes, which is like the last quarter of season 5 before May comes, because May season 5 ends about the second week, and then the following season begins the following week with the video podcast as well. So certain days everything has to have like a place of living, and also I'm trying to figure out Instagram as well with the Instagram reels, because Sungula is also helping on the other side when it comes to the real talks, which is he's got his own venture going there. And yeah, it's like a practice run from when we start to go full a video. It's just about using what is at our disposal, and most importantly, yourself. God help those who help themselves. We're helping ourselves, and it can be a mindfuck sometimes for you to focus too much on what you don't have, and it can take you away from like being grateful for what you have now. So we do our utmost best to have that abundance mindset and start to see who has what and what can they use it for, while having the perspective eventually we will get to a place, especially with the loyal community that we are trying to build, especially on Spotify. We're trying to make sure that whatever value that we give you, we can be able to replicate it in many different forms, so that when we get to a place where we can be able to create any form of product, then we know that we are guaranteed to have your full support, because you have been engaging with our brand for this time. You've been engaging with our content as XII Media, and we're also quite aware that in us doing that, we can also enable you to open up your circle of friends. Each and everyone has access to a network of people. So it's going to be quite easy, especially once you become happy with the product. So it's very easy for you to highly recommend it to someone else. And I think that is the game that we can play at, that the Western companies are playing at, because I'm looking at the budgets that they are using just to do on marketing. It's some thought that I had yesterday about how much Nike is using just to market their products. That's why everyone doesn't even hesitate to go buy Air Force Ones. And that is one of the most successful sneakers in a ton and ton of categories. We haven't even touched the sports side, where now they started to infiltrate the sports industry, and now they are sponsoring one of the biggest sports teams, whether it's football, whether it's NFL, whether it's NBA. It's all these top leagues in the entire world. They'll be like, yeah man, we need to start thinking like the Nikes, we need to start like the Louis Vuitton and all that, and build our brand towards that. And that's the kind of loyalty that I seek for the future. It's not that I'm looking down upon these Western products, but I'm just saying that we also need to look at what we're creating with the same eyes as well, with the same emphasis, because I feel like if we start to treat our products and everything we do with that kind of emphasis, then things can start to like change differently for us. It's not that we don't like their things, but we first appreciate ours. And we should learn a lot from our African brothers and sisters, because these people, we are related to them. We are born in the same continent, ain't nothing different from them. But with these years of oppression, these years of slavery, physically, mentally, spiritually, obviously we are bound to be here as a race. We are really bound to be here, but we cannot continue to exacerbate the problem by continuing to be ignorant in an age of information. As much as we might have the spirit as young people, we still need the guidance. That guidance also needs to come from a very good place, especially with the people that are in power. Leadership needs to be something that is of emphasis, that needs to be addressed, because we as young people now, we are fed up of a country that is dysfunctional. And it's not because it's dysfunctional because South Africa is not one of those countries. This is one of the richest countries upon this continent, the most stable economy. We have a stock exchange which is one of the best in the world, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. But there are other issues even about that Johannesburg Stock Exchange, where 81% of South Africans are not even participating. But that's a topic for another day. The representation of the minerals that are here, and I always talk about how that is not by mistake, it's by design. It's by design. Things are working out this way, and the people of this very land are the people who struggle the most because they own nothing. We live and were born in a country that we don't own anything. Can we even say that we control our futures? Because we are only going to be inheriting the very same struggle that our parents were in. Amongst us, you do find those who do their utmost best to rise above the adversity, because we are a project. That's the other thing. Why would you dedicate so many years and so much money to destroying a people? There's obviously something special about these people, and you tell them something different about who they are. And obviously they will go on to believe that. You put them in bondage. You create wealth with them. So that's up to our people to realize that we've been hurt for too much, and we need to do the work on ourselves. We need to stop believing what people are telling us about who we are and start to go find out, what are we? What are we good for? Because I think that's one of the things that we refuse to ask ourselves, because we think we're born for struggle, yet we're born for prosperity. We are born on the most prosperous land in the entirety of the universe. And the Creator did not make a mistake by doing that. But when we continue to dilute ourselves and taint ourselves and play into the very hands of the very same people who took what belonged to us, then obviously we are bound to be this way. We are bound to be lawless. We are bound to be directionless. And it's not by coincidence at all. It's by design. Accessibility. So in this digital era, we're doing our utmost best to make sure that we are leaving an imprint, a footprint, because the generation that is rising now is becoming more powerful. They're becoming more educated, they're becoming more advanced technologically, mentally, spiritually. And with how advanced they are, obviously, we have to guide them. Where we were done wrong, we must do right. It is never their fault. So it's like taking the bull by the horns, man. We can't be living and all we do is, I wish things were this way. We must not wish things were. We must work them into existence, man. And I remember how I used to escape in books and knowledge. Yes, at first it started being about the flex, but eventually it was like, yo, bruh, this is my gateway. This is my way out. This is how I solve these problems that I keep on encountering, by empowering myself so that I become aware of them. So now that attraction game got to a point where now we have all these different people that know all these things. It's Forex, it's YouTube, ngaba, it's rapping, it's branding, it's social media. And it gives you that access, man. This beautiful access of all these wonderful people now that you get access to. And when you get access to these people, man, they make you see sides of yourself that you didn't even know that existed. Yeah, even with the level of advancement, man, there's a level of taking care that we also have to do. Remember, even with the figuring out, it's going to take time as well. Nothing is like set in stone. We ain't saying that what we know now is enough, man. It's so like hurting, especially the things that we get to see and experience. But yeah, man, you see and you have to believe and you have to like act accordingly now. And I don't want to lie, I never pictured adulthood this way. But yeah, man, what you pictured out and what things are two totally different things. And you just can't always be like ruled by your feelings all the time. And I think that was also one of the main exercises I had to move with. Like, yo, bro, your feelings, they don't matter. Things are the way that they are, man. Like, live as close as much as you can to reality so that you can like always form of being grounded, man. Because if you are not grounded, you cannot be able to make like sound decisions, especially about your daily lives, man. Your life is something that matters because you are a maker to yourself. You are a spiritual being, man. I just wanted to treat myself as someone that I like, that I love so much. This thing is not easy, man. You're gonna meet people who are gonna see the worst in you, but never be that person. Don't see the worst in yourself. Whether you like it or not, life is gonna hit you hard, man. But you have to stay in it. Because you're already winning, man. You are winning. Look at you now. Taking care of your plants. Who would have said I would be taking care of my plants? So do my best to be in touch with nature. Taking out all the yellow, man. This is so therapeutic. This is such an impeccable feeling, and it's one that I'm still unfamiliar with, but everything new, it's like that. And yeah, man, just getting over those feelings about, yeah, you are not this, you're not that, I am this and that, I am not this, I am this and that. But yeah, man, this is like some mental therapy as well. Do my best to like get in touch with Chad as well. He's got his plant game on lock, and yeah, man, he's the one who made this such a gratifying encounter for me. Seeing this also on his journey as well, which is so impeccable to watch, because he's such a great human being. He has a great heart. Then you have Bongo on the other side. Now he's also on his plant game. Yeah, man, it needs to be something that grounds us, and if it so happens that it's plants, then so be it. But nature is like that, man. And I love watching nature, being attentive to it, how it's going, seeing things for what they are. Oh, these plants are growing beautiful, yeah, man. Yeah, who would have thought, man? I never knew I could do this beauty. These papers are just growing, bro. They're really growing. Hope this one comes up with seeds. Then there's this butternut that just also brightens up things. There's also this meditation music in the background. It's about 7 hours. Need to get these plants some food, hey? Yeah, I need to get these plants some food. Ask Chad what he feeds these plants. Beyond that landscape shit, man. Yeah, I was thinking about erecting a structure here. So there's an old door that I've been having my eye on, outlining the limits. I'd love to also have some potatoes and carrots, maybe try some beetroot as well. Beautiful plants. Also learn how to grow flowers like lilies, celosia, all these different plants, man. I can't wait to get my knowledge on. Beauty. Beauty, beauty, beauty. This journey is amazing. It's wonderful. It's impeccable. And let it be gratifying to grace and love, to peace and prosperity. And even the green that I see, it's a representation of growth. Always be in nature, surrounded by nature. Be of nature, with nature, for nature. Let this day be the day that we prosper, we move forward. We become the best at what we do, and we keep learning. Namaste. Come rain, come shine, no matter the weather, the objective is still the same. We're still moving this train, man. Yeah, I'm still trying to nurse this flu, and it's still flu season. Trying to warm up, but it's a new music Friday. Just listen to a banger of an EP. J Smash, Keep Smashing, K Kid, Guguletu Representative, banger. Izandla EP, banger, banger. Very good way, man, to like wake up even in the morning thinking about prosperity, dog, man. I'm a huge fan of success, man, and I'm a huge fan of hip-hop, man. Dog, hip-hop saved me from a lot of things, man. It's an institution. That's a school right there. We nowhere without hip-hop. Especially myself, man. The adversities I had to like overcome, and seeing, I didn't like stop, man. I saw greatness in myself, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, man. Yeah, boy, I had to persevere, I had to push through. The struggle is a guarantee. That's something we all can't run away from. We're always going to be in that position where, am I going to go for it or am I not? Totally depends on you. But at the end of the day, the results you seek must be the results that you must be willing to fight for. Like, it's a forever changing journey, and I understand that it's diverse, man. And I'm trying to make sure that I live it as uniquely as possible, seeing I know very full well that God will never make another me. So I need to be the best me by any means possible. That is through the gift that He embedded in me, man. And that is who I'm trying to unlock. I'm trying to unlock me. I'm trying to be better than me. I'm competing with me. I'm trying to do everything against me. And it's me that is the person that is in my own way. I found that my success lies in my own hands. And these are also great words that Joshua Kula had instilled in me about your success is next to you, my friend. You don't need to look it out there. It's right next to you. And if we open our eyes, then we will see. Looking forward to also listening to Youngster and Shani J's second project together, surprise project. Seeing that this month of March just really caught me off guard, man. So I'm trying to get my game back on. And yeah, man, it's all just trying to see prosperity and goodwill in what you're doing, and understanding that every day is a day that you get that opportunity to lay that brick, man. And even it's an honor and a privilege, even if I get a session. But the mere fact that I know full well that I am active in creating this brand and also the person that I've loved to become, it's something that excites me every day, especially when I delve with the books, with the podcasts, and then it expands my ability to like see the world quite differently, because this is a very diverse world, and there are very, very diverse human beings out there, very, very bright, very, very talented, and hard workers, man. And I'm quite thankful that at the end of my journey throughout high school, I got that opportunity to be around that people are going to show you that grit, man. They're going to show you that the struggle is something that you must use to your advantage. You can't complain about it. You have to make something out of it, man. And the immense value that it also taught me, that adulthood is hard. It's not easy. The things you want, it's not easy. They're not going to be easy for you to get them. But you need to start doing the hard things. And once you start doing that, the hard things then become easy. So working on myself was the greatest thing I could ever give devotions to. Seeing that when I started high school, I came from a background where there was a lack of a role model, a male role model specifically. But I couldn't give that opportunity for me to mess things up, because you are a teenager. And while you are a teenager, all of these things are happening. You do not know whether this will be good for you or not. You don't even have any form of mentorship, guidance at home. Ain't nobody even trying to guide themselves. So you find yourself in this bleak position and you ask, what can I do to make things better? That was the question I always had to ask myself in dark times. Yes, things are this way. What can you do to make things better? And one of the things that I told myself is, I am going to school for myself. I failed on my own behalf, and that is what was my own doing. I cannot put it to anybody. But the redemption is quite different. You have to be optimistic about the positions that you are also being put in. There's a reason why I am at this area that I am. I am where I'm supposed to be, because I believe that we are planted in certain areas for a reason. We are going through certain things for a reason, because we are being prepared for a new level. My best friend Bongo said, hey, it's new levels, new devils, brother. And I said, yes. It's a devil you don't know now, because it's a new level. It's not what you used to previously. So you have to persevere, my brother, and learn this new level now. The previous level was only preparation for this one. Now you have to learn this one. There will be a time where now you have to move on to the next level. The next level. Because Kwalena, this is not the final thing. This is not end game, brother. This is only the beginning of the things that we started to ask for. Remember, we asked for this hardship. We asked for this sacrifice. So we must be able to bear the outcomes of it. You must suffer for your future, brother. You want to be great? Suffer. You're going to have sleepless nights. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to do all these things. And remember, they are all adding to the future that you want. It is not meaningless, Father. It is meaningful, King. It is meaningful, my leader. Because it's through that pain that you get to appreciate it. You get to want to protect it with whatever you can. Because you understand that there are those hard times I wanted to quit. But I also let people in my life who held me responsible to say, hey, brother, keep on going. This is what we were asking for. Learn the levels. Take it. Our emotions don't give a fuck about where we are. So we get to be in very, very empowering places when we get to put the blame on us. I'm putting the blame on me. Things are not working out, the blame is on me. Things are working out, the blame is also on me. Success and failure is your fault. It's nobody else's fault. So learn to put that blame on you most of the time. Work on you. That is the person that you have 100% control over. That is you. Doesn't matter how they are. What matters is how you are. How you are within yourself. So it's still a journey as well. I'm still trying to learn who I am. And obviously you are going to be met with things and situations that will remind you of the past as if it was something of value. But I'll say stay strong, stand steady, especially against the temptations that want to take you away from this current reality that you live in. Try your utmost best to make sure you are as present as possible. You are in the now. Where are we now? What are we working with now? Who is in my life now? Who can make things better now? And most of the time, we already know who can help us. But it's just that we need to put our pride aside and ask for help. Hey, this year is all about that, brother. I'm learning to do that as well. How to ask for help from the people who matter most. Because, my man, I need you in tip-top shape. I need you at the top of your gift. Even if this work thing is starting to have a strain on you, I need you to fight through. The hardest soldiers get the hardest battles, my nigga. This is why it's hard. It has to be. If it's not hard, there's something wrong. Because the mind likes easy. And we love complacency. We identify ourselves too much with the struggle, and yet the struggle is necessary. I embrace it, my brother. And all of these challenges, remember at one time, they scared you, but you had a threshold and you told yourself that I can be able to do this. And look at where you are, even in the mental realm of your own dream, brother. P7 Universe lives and breathes. And when I see your art, I see your gift. You are taking care of it. That is why it's going to take care of you. It's going to put you out of these situations. Because at the end of the day, we know this is not our final reality. They might have given up, but you haven't. I haven't. On yourself, there's a reason why that Almighty shows us that dream. It belongs to you. It belongs to you, brother. And 2023 again is about Jordan year again. It's about owning. Own your shit. I just want to be consistent this year. 52 Wednesdays. Give me 52 Wednesdays of this year. And if I can do that for an entire year, this is for the rest of my life. Put those benchmarks on yourself, brother. Even if you don't reach them, at least there is something that you move towards to. Even if you move an inch, move forward. Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't have to see the entire staircase. All you have to do is take the first step. All you need to do is just look at the very first 200 meters that you are faced with. That is your worry. Your main worry is your 200 meters that is in front of you. Even with lights that are 200 meters away, you will get to your final destination. Believe in that 200 meters that you have at your disposal. And as you move, it keeps on moving as well. Belief is like that. Deposit abundance into yourself and watch things happen for you, because prosperity is within you. It is not out there. Stop seeking it out there. The keys, You already have them, you already have access to them, but you just need to unlock them now. Know how to use these keys. And fundamentally, that is the thing that just dominates my mind all the time. How can I be the better me? It's very hard for you to be in competition with anyone when you are competing with yourself. That is who I need to be better than. I was checking my own history and all the things I used to catch up on. And I see that I've grown. Certain things really don't mean much to me as they used to previously, because now I've mastered my emotions towards them. And it's still a forever learning journey. There is nothing that is fixated, nothing is set in stars. And you must understand, life doesn't come with a manual. No one knows the code. We are all discovering it as we go. But I love the fact that I keep empowering myself and also those who get to be around me, because it's important for you not to deprive the world of your gift. I think that is the one thing after that failure that I got during high school that dominated my mind. Do not deprive the world of your greatness, because you have it within you. It's there. You need to go and dig in that gold mine. I'm doing that now. That gold mine, first of all, is my mind. I must be very careful what I plant in that mine, because whatever I put in that fertile soil, it will come out in reality. But every day I empower myself with knowledge, and I also get to teach. And I'm starting to make sure that now I'm starting to do like centered content as well towards the things that I love, because my father and role model, Mr. Joshua Kula, tells me, do what you know best. That is the best thing you can do wherever you are. Do what you know best and see if things are going to work out in your favor. I had to do that. And listen to your instinct, man. Your instinct will never lie to you. There are places where you are not supposed to be. There are people that you are not supposed to be around, and it's fine. You are not for everybody. But the most important thing, be enough for yourself. That is fundamentally one of the things I had to like figure out a lot. Be enough for you first. There are things they might not understand about you, but it's not for them to understand. It's for you to embrace, because we are all unique. We are all gifted in many different ways. And when you try to be someone else, you are depriving me of knowing the real you. That is the emphasis I took from the great Joshua Maponga Marara. When you are trying to be someone else, you are depriving me of knowing the real you. And that is very tragic. We need to have a lot of sit downs, especially with ourselves, which is, I make it sure that on a weekly basis we take stock. What did we achieve? What were our challenges? Because you are facing challenges on a daily. And I like to take that weekly stock, because I only rest like 2 or 1 day. I even have what is this? Some sort of guilt if I don't contribute anything, especially if that day has the ability to give me the best. But don't forget that everything that you are contributing towards the person you want to be matters. I can't even take any book for granted now with the digital library. And also, I just like to take this moment, man, to thank Buhle Kochana. This guy, he helped me with a PC of his that was broken. It had a broken screen. It was a laptop, Asus laptop. And I remember he came to me once wanting to see what was on the laptop as well, because he had broken screen. But he asked, yo, Tati, what can you do with this? And I had told him, yo, bro, I don't even have any form of PC, but it had a HDMI out. So I could plug it in my 32-inch plasma screen and use it like a normal PC. And I've had it, I think, since 2021, 2022, early 2022, 2021. Can't recall. But the amount of work, man, and also things that I got to elevate myself with, especially like towards XII Media. Me learning further about like technology, especially like Linux. Embedding myself in the shit that I loved, man. Like eating and living and breathing, all of that. And a part of me never felt guilty about empowering myself, because I understood that this is how I love me. This is how I respect me. This is how I honor and I value me, by being the best that I can be, so I can deliver the best. You see, and it's a responsibility that you also have to take care of, man. And what's misunderstood ain't gotta be explained, man. Don't be out there trying to make people get what you're on, man. Just be yourself, dog, man. Because I understand that I'll never get this opportunity if I keep on belittling myself and depriving the world of this greatness. Then it's gonna be on me. How many people are in the graveyard now with all their potential intact because they chose not to live? They wanted to survive, so we need to move from survival to living. When we start doing that, then we understand that this time is a time we'll never get back. We're mortals. We're all going to die. But as human beings, we act like we are here forever. We act like the superior beings. We act like we're superior even over animals. And yet we're all living beings. That is all the results of what is happening around us. It just shows that we really haven't learned how to be human. We haven't learned what it is to be human. I'm so glad that I got this opportunity again to continue furthering my indulgence to the concrete jungle, but it's a daily struggle, man, because I understand that everyone has their own interpretation towards everything. Everyone has an opinion. Bruh, everybody has an opinion. Whatever you're going to do, everyone is going to have an opinion. So you might as well go ahead and do this. It's like you're going to be judged. Whatever you do, you're going to get money, they will judge you. You're not getting money, they will judge you still. You're knowledgeable, everything. They're just putting a land scope on that. And you understand that the main thing is they are just being an audience. They are spectators. They are survivors. Instead of living, they are surviving. Your plate is going to go cold while you're watching another man eat. He got this now. He got that now. Watch your own, bruh. Take care of your own, man. Take care of your own. And number one is you. That's the person that you need to concern yourself first. It's you. As hard as that might sound, it's as selfish as that might be, it's you, bruh. You know the necessary sacrifices. So we are adding daily on top of what we already did, man, because we are here to stamp our legacy, man. Ain't nobody gonna forget us. We are not here to be forgotten. We're gonna live in your hearts, man. Work with their hearts, G. Because Chad is always a reminder of that you are different things to different people. Other people's opinion of you is not your business. It's their opinion in the first place. So that self-validation, you need to ask yourself, where are you getting it from? I had to be quite careful of that. Where are you getting that self-validation from? Start seeking it from positive aspects, man. From people that are going to reaffirm you because they know your struggle. Just a few days ago, Mr. Joshua Kula hit me up on Facebook. And I was like, bruh, I don't have a phone, but hey, I know the struggle continues, man. That's the one thing I love about my father, my brother, my friend, my companion. We might be years apart, but the amount of respect that I have for that man and many other people who've taught me that you need to see goodness in people, even when they don't. I saw him transforming right in front of my eyes. He became this person that I admire a lot. He had that grit, he had that heart, and him being in my presence is something that I still I get baffled by. You know that thing where that you tell yourself that you listened, and you listened to the right thing, bro. Because I love the fact that he always say, go with your intuition, but take your mind with you as well. Because sometimes your intuition might be warped. But your mindset shouldn't be on that. But your instinct really, man, work on it because it will never lie to you. Take care of it, man, because there are things that you'll get to be able to prevail over once you start empowering yourself. And I don't feel any bit of guilt, bro, because I know very full well that no one knows my struggle. They only see the results. So they don't have the full information. Why are you getting mad over people who don't have the full information? they have half facts. So that's quite empowering for myself. You can't feel sorry for yourself forever. Eventually you have to get up. Eventually you have to get up. And once you do, make sure this time you go harder. That's the thing I like to tell myself every time I come from adversity, man. Like this time, you need to go harder, man. And my dreams matter, man. I remember my mom encouraging me for doing all of these things. She was also grateful to herself, first of all, because when you empower your kids, that's a way of loving them. You don't need to tell them like the conventional white way, my kids, I love you. We've been too indoctrinated by the Western ways that are telling us that love is this way. I'll buy you things, I'll take you out, I'll do all these things. No, we are talking about the African way. Our parents didn't need to tell us. We knew by the things that they were doing for us, and we need to return to that African unification and view set, those values of respect, those values of take a village to raise a child, because we need accountability, we need guidance. We might be young, we might have all this money, but we don't know nothing. There are people who have seen the worst of worst more than us. So they need to be also present in preparing us for inevitable times, because I'm very afraid of this generation and how it's afraid of struggle. It's very afraid of sticking through, and you need to watch yourself. That's why you need to work on your own greatness. You need to discover your own greatness. And I don't mind being bad at a lot of things, because I know some things are not for me, but at least I tried. It's not me contemplating on things I didn't even start and say, oh, I don't know how to do this, and yet I didn't even throw myself at it. We say we're not good enough, and yet we didn't even bother. We didn't even try in the first place. I think you need to try first. You are too hard on yourself sometimes. Try. Then see if it doesn't work out, and then move on. There are many other things that you still haven't tried. But when you're so fixated on that one thing because you want it to work out, then it's going to damage you. Don't wreck yourself, man. Check yourself first. You still need you for this entire life. You need to see generations and generations. You need to see that change, man. Prosperity in within, prosperity without. Don't forget, brother. We are here for the long game, man, and be the change, dog. That's what I've been asking a lot of people. Be the change that you want to see. Don't put that, what you want, on other people. If you're not seeing it, do it yourself. That is what I'm doing. I'm going to put it on me. My success lies in my hands. I'm not going to put that on nobody. Nah, I'm not going to put that on nobody. But you already know who's going to help. Be quite mindful who you keep around. The circle of accountability that I had to build. Man, the people that I have around me are so beautiful, because I understand that these people don't want to sabotage themselves. That's why I'd be willing to build anything with them, because they are not willing to sabotage themselves and let things like go spiral now. We got to that fact where like we had to tell each other real now. We've gotten to that point now where, can I trust you with this? Can we have this conversation? And now it's got to a place where it's no longer like an itch, where we are trying to like solve debacles. No, it's coming from a good place. Because that's how he shows me, but yo, I care for you, bruh. So I need to see where your mind is at. So now it shouldn't be a hassle when we have certain conversation. Next thing, yo, bruh, what's your case? Why you on my life that way and so on? Nah, it's not that, bruh. We care about one another, dog. So I need to know what's happening in your life. So when I love you, I need to know what's making you happy, what's making you sad, how is your life going. Ain't nothing wrong with that, G. It's called love, dog. And most of the people that we love, man, we don't see them often, bruh. But when we do, it becomes beautiful, man. That's the feeling that I get when I meet my circle of accountability. I might get to not even see them for 9 months, but when I do see them, it feels like I just saw them yesterday as well. Because there ain't no guilt trip, man. Like, stop guilt tripping the people for the time that they have been done. I haven't seen you for this long, and guilt trip them. They're in front of you now. Make use of the present. They are there for you now, not any other time. So I had to be grateful for the fact that, yo, he woke up and he thought about me, and he came from his house. And he came all the way just to come see me, because he was like, yo, bro, I was thinking about you, man. I was thinking about your words. I was thinking about what we went through. And yeah, man, this is what I'm going through. I'm like, yeah, I'm also going through shit, man. And we from there, it goes from problems to solutions, bro. Like, how are we going to climb this mountain, G? Ain't no use complaining about it. Yeah, there's time for that. You must set some time for worry as well, man. Worrying on the weekend. Leave that worrying for the weekend. The weekday, it's all about that work, right? Ain't no time for worry now. But just write those worries, man, so that you can go back to them. Once you do get them, then you can be able to digest them, because only you can be able to like track your thoughts. You know what's going through your mind. You know what dominates your mind, bruh. Only you know what makes you you, bruh. So you might as well make it a norm, bruh. Like figuring it out. So I'm figuring myself out. I'm still a building in construction. You cannot judge a building that's still being built, bruh. Someone can't live in this house. Yeah, well, because this structure has been dismantled many, many times. Like Billy Carson said, you're going to be reborn many, many times, because every time you start to know things about yourself, you get reborn again. Not this church shit, bruh. I ain't religious, man. Don't come with that church shit. Don't come with that church shit with me, bruh. I have a huge problem with church, bruh, and I want to sit down with a lot of people who are religious, man. But they scared. They not in within, bruh. But that's not my fault. That's really not my fault. I'm not a person who's out there trying to bash and all that. We need to be aware of the things we believe in, man. Where are these things taking us? They must take us to land of prosperity, bruh. What I believe in, must enrich me. It must make me feel good about myself. I must not feel like I'm being delusioned, because that is what it feels like. And these things that they're going through out there, man, it feels like people are being like sold a dream, bruh. Here on earth, and yet you know, bruh, Guti, this is the only time that you're gonna get to live. And I saw a post from Bulalani Bekwezi the other day. He asked, why would God create earth if we were supposed to be in heaven? There are people who are marketing heaven like it's this holy place. And you forget that as a person you've been in heaven many, many times. It's mind state. Heaven is a mind state for me. There are times where I had to get to the depths of, I thought this wouldn't work out, and then I put action on top of that. I dismantle the belief by putting action. You need to stop doubting everything you're doing now and start to put action on it. Base it on facts. Base it on experience. Okay, I tried it. It didn't work out. Next. Get into the habit of that. I circled with that app, man. That shortcut with that Caden Live, with that GIMP. I didn't get this high because I just sit there and I was like, yo, I wish this knowledge was in my head. I was like watching the videos. I was reading the tech books. I was reading the tech magazines. I'm still a techie till this day. It won't end. Because just when you learn this, something else comes up. There's always improvement around us. And when I instill that kind of mindset, then now I'm no longer scared now. Instead, I'm excited. Because those emotions, there's nothing different. The other is positive and the other is negative. It's all about interpretation. So when I'm nervous now, I need to interpret this as excitement. No, you're not nervous, you're excited. You're excited to give this talk. You need to understand that your brain takes instructions from you. You are going to be the one that's going to prepare. Do you want prosperity? Do you want abundance? Or do you want mayhem and chaos? Because they take instructions from you. They ask, what does this guy or this girl want now? Okay, you want prosperity? Okay, guys, let's prepare. This guy wants to have a good time today. So let's prepare everything for that. And then what? The energy aligns and everything starts delivering from that point of view. You are this magnet that is attracting all of these things into your life. And you are doing that by your thoughts. You are creating your life with your thoughts. So why don't you watch what you think? You are busy watching other people. Watch what you think. What are you thinking about yourself? Those are questions that matter most, man. They are very nasty sometimes. They are very overwhelming to take. But they are necessary. Because I love things that point you back to yourself. Because who do you have control over? It's you. If you don't like it, change your attitude towards it. Try to understand it and see if you are gonna see it a different way. You have been dissing things that you don't understand for a while. Sit down with that person, ask them, what are you doing? What is this? Try to understand it with everything. And see once you get full information, or maybe, because it solely even depends on you and what type of person you are. Even if the full information is right in front of you, you are being offered it. Some people just refuse, but that is not on you. You are not here to prove points. You are here to live, brother, not survive. Start living now, brother, man. Start making the best of this. And this is a way of loving yourself. Because when you want to put yourself in order, this is what you do. You start to ask, what can I do to make things better? That is what I needed to do. I need to check my attitude because I didn't love myself at one point. Now I'm still learning to do that. That's why everywhere I go, I take me. I can't deprive this world of me. And you shouldn't do the same thing because you are still a project in process. You are still a project in process, man. And don't let anybody put limitations on you and say, by a certain time you should have this. By a certain time you should have this. I am not this. I am this and that. Who says I am what you say I am? That's why it goes back to that self-validation, man. Figure yourself out. How to love yourself, how to respect yourself, and how to contribute to your own success as well, because I've seen how important that is. That is another way that we get to love ourselves. We contribute towards our own success, because those things don't happen if you don't observe the important things. Being a guy is very hard, especially in the 21st century. There are many things that you kind of like maneuver over. But I'm always up for the challenge as well. And this is always coming from a good place, man. I am always surrounded by very bad examples. But I still choose to hang on to the very few good ones because I see good in everyone. Fundamentally, we are here to do good, man. But it's this world that gets to corrupt us because we all, when we are born, we are a blank page, clean slate. And then this world inflicts us with values and all these things, and then we become people that we don't even recognize. So we all had a clean slate. So it's opportunity for you to like, look, where am I? Am I where I thought I'd supposed to be? And some people even get to a place where they can't even do that questioning. They have silenced that voice so much. So that voice that talks to you, it's your intuition. That is your God right there. Everyone has that. So you need to go and talk to that person and make sure that you start having a relationship with him. And that is me. That is the subconscious you. They've been deciding all the experience and everything that you went through is deep inside there. It's recorded. Now you're an adult. You can be able to figure out ways so that you can go back there and see what are the things that were inserted when I was young there that could be damaging me as an adult. Because now I do have the power to do the internal work, so I can't keep on running away for all this time because I will end up hurting my offspring. I will end up hurting future generations as well because I'm working from a place of hurt. So it's quite important as well for me to find like a strength in my body to forgive my father. Because my father disappointed me a lot in my life. And I'd really love to have him on my podcast. But I know how arrogant he is. I know the person that he is. But I will do my utmost best to make sure that I have a sit down for him. He's in a different province. He's in the Eastern Cape. But I would really love like for him to hear what I have to say about all the things that he was supposed to teach me and how fundamental they were. Because I'm starting to see its importance now. I'm no longer that young man I used to be now who's vulnerable. I can be able to think for myself. So I'm in a position where I can be able to call him out. He was a parent, he left us. I need to understand what was on his mind, bruh. How can you start a family and then you decide just leaving that family out of the blue? Those are things I even never got to even ask my mom. But she stayed, bruh. Must give kudos to the person who stayed. Because we are not these big human beings without my mother. First 10 years, no, man, that's deprivation, bruh. What about adulthood? And the first child is a boy? No, man. This is very damaging, man. It's very damaging, especially as a male child. Our fathers broke us. They need to know, they need to see the damage that they made on us. And he's at fault, man. He's really at fault. I'm trying to forgive him a lot, man, but it's very hard, man. That man is arrogant, an epitome of a narcissist, man. I never want to be like that dude. Yeah, I look like him, but I'm not like him, bro. I'll never leave my family. He left his family, his kids, bro. You leave your own offspring, and you come back like nothing happened. And all you do is blame, blame, blame. Where's blame taken us? It made things worse. It didn't fix anything. Instead, you didn't even try to fix the mess that you made. Vital years. 13 up until 19, and you weren't there. You weren't even there. Come back just one event, and all of a sudden you're father of the year. No, you don't deserve that. You don't become a father because of events. You become a father because you are there every stage. Every single stage. It's not just one event. I will never deprive my kids the same way you did. And I know that God will give me power so that I can be a better person than you will ever, never, ever be. Because you know role model. You threw it away the moment you left your family. You don't deserve that privilege at all. This is coming from me now. I don't represent nobody but me. Your son, your only son out of all your kids. I'm the only boy you have. And you treated me like trash. Like I was adopted. Yet I came from you. And that is no example to treat your kids. I will never ever tolerate that. That's no example. And I keep on seeing that, and we're like every single day, I never want to be like that. So I choose to go the opposite direction. I choose to do differently. Sometimes you want me to talk, but I keep quiet because I know you have a lot to say. You have a lot to say, but no accountability. At least I stayed for my shit. You even had the audacity to tell me to stop working, and yet you didn't even know what was working in my life. You just come a few months and you tell me I must stop working. What do you know about my life, bruh? That was so hurting. And you call yourself my father. And you tell your child, stop working. Who's gonna feed me? That's why I'm so glad that all those years you were gone, G. I'm glad because I got strength. I learned a lot because you weren't there. Half of all the things I learned how to be myself, I wouldn't have learned in your presence because I know you would have held me back. So you did me good, bruh. You really did me good because you failed me, bruh. You can't be the first 10 years and then you failed me. That is what you did. You fail. A lot of guys are failed by their father. That's why we don't have present fathers. I'm an account of that. So you mustn't act like just because he gave birth to these kids, they are his kids. Are you there in their lives? Do you know what they're good at? Do you even know yourself, bruh? The things that I'm discovering about your childhood, they're scary, bruh. That's why you're broken. That's why you're like that, man. And I feel sad for you. Because the Almighty is going to keep you and you're going to see your kids succeed without you. Knowing full well you had no hand that you put in. No hand to put in your own kids' success. That is the reward that you are going to get for abandoning all this potential, all this grace. Knowing full well kids are a blessing from God, man. We were your blessing and you threw us away like trash. And watch yourself when you come begging, when you're on your knees now because you need the help, and now we must feel sorry for you. We must feel sorry for you. You must be able to hear this. And you are going to hear this. You're going to sit down and you're going to listen to it because it matters to me, bruh. That is what it did to me for all those years. I'll never ever forget those. Yes, I'll forgive you. Because forgiveness, I do that for myself, not for you. But forget, nah, bruh. This is something I will forever treasure in my life. Because it strengthened me. I can stand on my own 2 feet because of that. And you can't even lay a claim to say this, nah, you can't, bruh. And that pleases me a lot. So I think you need to have a hard look at yourself. You need to have a hard look at yourself. And there's a reason why the Lord still keeps you. My mom is in heaven watching over us. You didn't even come to her funeral. You see, another one. We will forgive, but we won't forget. Things are not going to go accordingly to how things you want them, bruh. And just remember, man, karma is a bitch, man. Everything that we do that's bad is going to eventually come back to haunt us. I am still trying to also live from my mess that I did in high school. And you weren't even there. You don't know nothing about that. You just come back and this guy is an adult. And yet you left him when he was a kid. 10 years old is a kid. You don't know nothing. You ain't ready for the world, bruh. So have a hard look at yourself, because I'm still trying to deal with my own pain, man. You're a grandfather now. You've been a grandfather for years, but I don't think titles mean anything to you, bruh. If you can abandon your own kids, your grandkids don't mean nothing. Your own offspring, G. But that doesn't justify anything, bruh. When you are a parent, you are there that child's entire life. And we're seeing now kids are being buried by their own parents now. And yet y'all are not present. No checkup, no nothing. Nah, doesn't bother you. And yet this is your blood. This is your blood, and I can't forget that. I really can't forget that. But time will tell, man. Time will tell, but we need to have this conversation. You need to hear me. Not listen to me, you need to hear me. And you are really gonna hear me, bruh. So we're gonna be good, because I want you to know your kids, bruh. I want you to know your grandkids. Your kids are adults now. They're not those kids you left now. You need to come back as an adult now, you see? Because at the end of the day, we still need your guidance as a parent. You need to tell us about our family. Our mother deprived us of that. You are still alive, and you are taking that one thing. That's basically like our blueprint. Because we still have your name. We are carrying your name at the end of the day. So that ain't gonna change, man. And I'm proud of this name. I'm proud of this name, bruh. I'm really proud of it. It's my dad's name. Comes from you, man. And you also have success. You also went through a lot. And your dad, man, he paved the way. Shout out to my grandfather as well. My grandfather is a real one. He had a lot of kids, but he made sure that all these kids got to choose what they wanted to do with their futures. And that's empowering. That comes from our family. That's our bloodline. You can't deprive me of that. I must know about it. I must know about your dad. What did he do for you? Because you were good when you were young. You were really good, I can tell. By your family, you were good, man. But I need that. So put your feelings aside. Put everything that has happened aside, and just appeal to the nice nature of you. You see, and appeal to your kids. Help them. Because it's about taking different pathways now. I couldn't stick to what I wanted to do and go, yeah. But I'm so glad that I didn't give in to what you wanted me to do. Because in some way you told me to quit. I was like, who? Quit on myself? Never. Not any day. This is what happens when you come in with less information. My mentor says, little knowledge is dangerous. You need to be aware of that. So you knew less. That's why you are trying to have me quit. So I don't take that very lightly. But it just shows how less you see of yourself. You cannot be able to detect things. Narcissists love control. If they don't have control, they feel out of place. So they always need to feel like you are depending on them. So I would never depend on you, bro. You have a good relationship with disappointment. So you've already shown your true colors, bro. So I wouldn't even bother. Your other kids can do that, but me, never, bruh. I'm the mini you, I'm the remix. You are the original. Hence why sometimes you can't be in one place. You can't have two bulls in one kraal. You gave me grit, man. Your bloodline has grit, man. Courage. I saw that in your older brother who passed on. Rest in peace to my grandfather, who was a taxi owner. Lots of property, cars and all that. So yeah, they got finance in this bloodline as well. That's also something I need to know about as well. And also custom, man. That's the most important thing to us. Like continuing the family custom. Because we are going to do right where a lot of y'all did wrong, man. I see a lot of secrets in our family, and that's not good, man. Families can't be built on secrets. We can't build family on lies as well. So foundations is like necessary, man. What foundations are we trying to build? What we're trying to build now? And it scares me sometimes what a lot of people went through, especially in your family. But I have to be like seeing it from an observing mind, really, because I don't want to make those same mistakes, man. Because there's very good people in my life who I value a lot, man. I love them, and they love me too. And the beautiful thing that they've shown me about myself is, you need to be tender, man. You can't be dead sure about this thing is gonna work out now, because eventually, in some other times, things are not gonna work out the way you want them. But you must be able to like move on, dog. Like, okay, things are not planning out the way that I thought they were gonna pan out, so let me kind of like move a different kind of way. Yeah, bro. And it's been an amazing journey as well, man. Very, very amazing. Even though sometimes it, like, dialibala sometimes about how great I am. So I need to remind myself of that. Greatness, you come from a great bloodline, resistance, Lindo. So, man, some things they do get to me, and I'm still learning how to deal with them. I'm still new at this, man. My life matters a lot. That's the other thing that I've started to see, man. I aim to be like a very good role model to myself, because I look up to myself. I think that's one of the greatest things that I started to do now. I started to see myself as this being that can do all these amazing things, oozing about all different kinds of energy. Like, yo, man, bruh, I can be able to like take me wherever I go, and wherever I take me, people, they were like, yo, dog, we love what you're doing. Continue to do this, continue, and all of that. Like, they keep on wanting more and more and more of this. And it's so like enriching, man, for me. And especially with the people that I started to encounter, because it's amazing people. Once you get to be vulnerable, I think a part of love that you never thought existed starts to like knock at your door now. Patience, man. Like patience and belief and honor, and like keeping true to yourself, because the journey is it's gonna test you many times. You're gonna want to quit in many instances, and even though you are gonna face with this, I just want you to understand that those are your lessons there that are being dished. And if you are not paying attention, then obviously they are gonna catch you slipping. So in most of the times, I had to be glad that certain people got out of my life, because I wouldn't be able to like fully express myself with them presence, because I know they were like energy suckers. They were gonna suck on the shit that I was doing. So you need to get to a place where you can be able to identify energy vampires and be able to stay away from them, because when they come out, they strong, bro. They lurk, they stand on you, and they drain the hell out of you in ways that you will never, ever, ever, ever think it can affect you. But being tender, man, that's the most important thing for me. Tender to the self, loving the self, learning how to change all different aspects of the self. I can't be dead sure, but things are going to work out this way. Thando, there are new ways now to do things. Work with the times. Things are not the way that you thought they were as previously. And like, move accordingly, man. Be honorable in anything that I do. Because mama is looking. Well, I know mama taught me strength. She taught me well-being. She taught me everything that I have today can be lost if I get too comfortable. So I can't. Don't get too comfortable, Tito. And through God's will, I know that everything is not written in stone. I must keep on continuing and working. I cannot be settled. I can get this form of success and think, now I got it. And then next thing starts changing just overnight. So that's quite dangerous, man. Also, like, learning not to settle. Learning not to settle, I think that's been one of the hardest challenges that I went through. Like, learning not to be complacent, because when success comes, sometimes you are not even prepared for it. And when you're not prepared for something, it can catch you slipping, dog. So I don't want to find myself in that position, because that's very hard. And as hard as that might be, so I need to get that out of my way. Know that, G, on to the next one, 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 on to the next one. Because sleep is for the rich, man. You won't get rewarded, bro, if you don't work. Keep on working, man. I'm so proud of you, Thando, and how far you've gotten. Continue and build your own, man. Build your own, man. Learn to own your own. Build your own. Love yourself, and you are contributing towards that end product. It's preparation, and even how you're feeling now, Fetu, it's not like the final feeling. Things are going to change. Ungoms is going to bring different conditions, but remember, it's not guaranteed to nobody. So let me focus on making the best of today, and once I do, I know that whatever is thrown my way, I can use to my advantage. I thank the Almighty Shiva for the gift and also the initiative that he planted these ideas as well into my mind. I thank him for this sophisticated piece of software and also sophisticated piece of engineering called my body, and also the fact that it came with manuals. These manuals, I had to seek for myself how to take care of this, because every day that we get to contribute something positively to ourselves is an opportunity that we do get to constructively contribute positively towards our life. Learn to love yourself. This is how you love yourself, Thando, by contributing towards the future you. We out, and as the maniac, I'm signing out. Thank you and namaste. Thank you yet again for tuning in for this lovely episode. Until next time.